Okon was a man no one really understood. He lived in the last compound by the bend, just before the road sloped into the swampy path that led to the farmlands. People didn't see much of him during the day. He didn't talk much, never raised his voice, and always wore the same pair of sandals that scraped softly against the ground like whispers. But every evening, when the sky darkened and the air carried the scent of firewood and pepper soup, Okon came out. That was when the village women began to notice something strange. One after the other, their bras began to disappear. It was always the same pattern. A bra, freshly washed and left to dry on the rope, would vanish by morning. Only bras, never wrappers, never petticoats, not even the old torn singlets the children used for playing football. Just bras. Padded, unpadded, lacy, plain, faded or new. No one saw him take them. But they knew it was him. Because somehow, it always happened after he passed by. Mama Yuchechi was the first to speak out. Her voice quivered not out of fear but out of frustration. That man, Okon. I see him every evening. He walks past my compound. The next morning, my red bra is gone. Others began to murmur agreement. A pattern had formed. But when they approached him, carefully, with curious, cautious words, he only blinked slowly, then nodded like he hadn't heard a thing. He would turn his back and close his door. No locks. Just a wooden door with a single, rusted bolt. Yet nobody dared go near his house. They talked among themselves. What does he do with them? Why only bras? Does he wear them? Does he worship them? Is it juju? One day, Saad, the bold one with sharp eyes and quick feet, decided to set a trap. She washed a bra, one that no longer fit, and hung it where it would shine like a beacon under the moonlight. She sat inside, watching through a slit in her curtain, waiting, listening. Hours passed. The compound slept. Frogs croaked. A dog barked twice, then went silent. The night grew heavier. Then she saw him. Okon moved like a shadow, barely disturbing the wind. He stopped at the rope, his fingers hesitating in the air before he reached up slowly and removed the bra. He held it like something sacred. Then, without a word, without a look around, he slipped away. Not into the road. Not into the bushes. But into the darkness behind the compound. Sada's heart pounded like a talking drum. She waited a few seconds, then crept after him barefoot. The night whispered all around her, leaves rustling, insects singing in hidden corners. She moved quietly, each step careful, silent. She didn't see where he went. But she found the path he left behind. A narrow trail of broken twigs and soft footprints leading toward the back of the old Anglican mission school, the one they said was haunted after the roof caved in years ago. No one went there anymore. The building stood like a skeleton in the dark, windows like empty eyes. The next morning, she told no one. But she washed another bra that evening, hung it, and waited again. That night, the sky was darker than before, like the clouds themselves were holding their breath. No moon. No stars. Just the heavy weight of night pressing down on the rooftops of the village. Saad sat again by her curtain, but this time her eyes were sharper, her mind more alert. She had wrapped charcoal dust under her feet to soften her steps, the way her grandmother once taught her during hide-and-seek games in the bush. Tonight, she wasn't just watching. She was going to follow him deeper. It happened again, just like before. Okon appeared, silent as wind. He reached up, took the bra, held it to his chest with both hands. His head tilted, as if listening to a voice only he could hear. Then he vanished into the dark. Saad slipped out the door. She followed, this time more carefully, keeping a good distance but close enough not to lose him. Okon didn't walk like a thief. He didn't look around or hesitate. His steps were calm, purposeful. As if he knew every branch, every bend, every patch of ground beneath him, even in the dark. Past the compound, past the broken fence behind the tailoring shop, past the spot where the old mango tree grew sideways like a lazy child, he walked straight toward the abandoned Anglican school. Sada's heart knocked against her ribs, but she pressed on. Okon stopped in front of the building. He looked around once, but not like someone who was checking for followers. More like someone who was waiting for something. or S. Then he disappeared inside. Saad crouched low, breathing through her mouth. The school had no doors, only crumbling arches and broken glass on the floor. She waited. Listened. Soft whispers floated out. Not his voice. Voices. Many of them. Women. She froze. It sounded like humming. Not songs. Not words. Just breathy, eerie humming, like a lullaby hummed underwater. She moved closer, heart thudding. Peeking through the jagged hole where a window used to be, she saw movement. Dozens of bras. Hanging. Spinning slowly in the air. Not on ropes, on nothing. They floated. Some dangled from beams, others hovered midair like they were suspended by invisible hands. And in the middle of it all, Okon knelt. He had lit candles, arranged in a circle around him, and laid the bra from her rope gently in front of him like an offering. His lips moved quickly. He wasn't praying. Not the way people prayed in church. His words rolled like chants, like secrets carried on the back of the wind. Then the air shifted. The candles flickered. And from the shadows behind him, something stepped forward. A shape. No feet. No face. Just a form in the dark. It reached for the bra, slowly, reverently. Saad gasped. The figure stopped. Okon stopped. Every bra in the air stopped. And then, the candles went out all at once. Darkness swallowed the room like a mouth closing. Saad fell back from the window, her breath caught in her throat. The night seemed heavier now. Like the air itself was watching her. Listening to her heartbeat. Even the crickets had gone quiet. Inside the building, not a sound. Not Okon's chanting. Not the whispering voices. Not even the rustle of floating fabric. Just silence. And then, asterisk footsteps, asterisk. Slow. Deliberate. Coming toward the hole in the wall. Saad scrambled back, heart hammering. She bit her lip to keep from making a sound. Her foot snapped a twig. The steps stopped. A soft voice floated out from the dark. Saad. Her blood turned to ice. She had never told him her name. Saad, the voice said again, gentle. Come. Come inside. She didn't move. You've been watching. Following. Pause. You want to know, don't you? Something in her legs moved before her mind could stop it. She rose. Slowly. The same way a snake rises from the grass to look a bird in the eye. Step by step, like her soul wasn't hers anymore. The school loomed before her. The broken door like a mouth waiting to swallow. She stepped inside. The scent hit her first, old wood, candle wax, something sweet and rotting, like flowers buried too long. Her eyes adjusted. The bras had returned. Dozens, hundreds, now hanging from every rafter, every nail, every corner. They swayed gently, like they were breathy. Okon stood in the center, arms at his sides. His face was calm. Behind him, the figure remained. It was clearer now. Not just a shadow. It was female. But wrong. Tall, thin, long-armed. Hair like dark smoke. Eyes too many. Not on her face. On her body. Tiny blinking eyes on her arms, her shoulders, her back. All looking at Saad. You shouldn't be here, Okon said softly, but not angry. Just sad. Saad opened her mouth. What is this? He turned toward the figure. She needed offerings. She chose me. The figure stepped forward, and where she walked, the floor cracked and healed behind her, like time twisted around her feet. She lives through them, he said, nodding at the bras. Through memory. Through touch. Through the scent of skin. That's how she stays. Sada's lips trembled. Who is she? Okon didn't answer. But the figure did. Her voice came from everywhere. I am the forgotten. The ones they threw away. The ones they wore and then abandoned. I gather what they leave behind. The bras swayed harder now. as if they agreed. Okon lowered his head. Every night, I bring one. And in return, she doesn't take more. Saad looked at him, horrified. More what? But he didn't answer. Because behind her, the door slammed shut. Saad spun around. There was nothing there. No hands. No wind. But the door, heavy and ancient, was shut like it had never even been open. The air inside thickened, pressing against her chest like a hand. She turned back to Okon, who now looked smaller. Tired. A man stretched thin between duty and dread. I didn't choose this, he whispered. She came to me the night my sister died. She wore a yellow bra. I washed it. Hung it. That night, it was gone. He looked up, eyes red with something deeper than sorrow. I thought it was grief. Madness. But I heard her. In my sleep. Calling me. Showing me. He gestured around. She remembers them all. The floating bras began to shift, slowly at first, then faster. They circled the room, moving with rhythm, like dancers without bodies. Each seemed to hum, a different tone, a different memory. Laughter. Crying. Gasps. Soft words whispered between lovers. Shouts. Whispers. The room vibrated with echoes of things that no longer existed. She says every bra carries memory, Okon said, voice hollow. Pain. Joy. Secrets. She feeds on them. She lives on what they hold. The figure moved closer to Saad. You followed, the voice said. Now you belong. Saad backed away. No, I didn't agree. I just wanted to see. You saw, the voice boomed. The walls trembled. A bra dropped from above and landed in front of her, hers. The one she baited him with. The straps slithered across the floor like worms, curling toward her ankles. She must choose now, Okon said. His voice cracked. That's the rule. One who watches must offer. Or stay. Sada's knees weakened. Offer what? The figure raised a long, arm-like limb and pointed. Not at the bra on the floor. At her chest. Your last memory. Sada's breath caught. What does that mean? You forget it, Okon said. Whatever it is. Whoever. Forever. She takes it. Wears it. Saad felt her mind reel. Her mother's face. Her brother's laugh. The first time she kissed Femi under the mango tree. Her best friend Ada singing off-key. What if I don't choose? Okon's eyes met hers. Then she chooses for you. The figure took another step. The bras flew faster now, spinning, howling with ghost voices. The air pulsed with memory. With hunger. Saad clenched her fists. She could barely think. One memory. One last thing to let go of. What would she give? The figure waited. Saad closed her eyes. She thought of her father, his laughter like thunder when she was small, the way he lifted her with one arm and said she could touch the sky. She hadn't remembered him in years. Until now. I choose, she whispered. Take him. The air shifted. A silence fell like a dropped curtain. The bras stopped spinning. The figure bowed once and retreated into the dark. Saad opened her eyes. Okon was gone. The school was empty, dusty, broken, abandoned. She stepped outside into the morning light. Birds chirped. Life moved. But something inside her had changed. She walked home, barefoot, unaware of the tears on her cheeks. Later, when her sister mentioned their father, Saad only blinked. Who's that? She asked softly. And never remembered the ache she'd once carried. Behind her, in the breeze, a yellow bra floated gently down into the bush. We will be stopping here. What do you love about this story?